So welcome to the Bristol Library Learning Commons. My name is Laura Hogan. I'm one of the reference and instruction librarians. I'm at the Attleboro campus, but we have a librarian at each campus. As of now, the COVID protocol is that when you enter our space, you just need to scan the QR code that's on the door just for contact tracing in case someone in the library Learning Commons does contract COVID. We want to make sure everyone is safe. You also need to wear a mask and try to stay socially distant as much as you can. So the Library Learning Commons has 4 locations. One is the Fall River main campus in Building A. It's on the 1st floor. The New Bedford campus had a beautiful new space. It is being renovated due to that flood that happened this summer. So they've just been relocated to the basement of that campus. The Attleboro campus has a new space as well. We used to have the library on the 1st floor and the Learning Commons on the 2nd floor. Well, now we're merged together and we're upstairs on the 2nd floor at the back of the cafeteria. And in Taunton, the Library Learning Commons is also on the 3rd floor. So we have merged all of our services together, the library and the Learning Commons. And what that means is that we have both tutoring and writing center tutors available through the Library Learning Commons. So just to let you know that tutoring is really for everyone. So whether you're having trouble in a subject, whether you want to know how to take notes better for a certain class, maybe you've never taken a science, a heavy lift science class and you just want to know how to do better, or getting help with writing a paper through the Writing Center. And that's not just for English. You could come to the Writing Center for help with a sociology paper or psychology paper. So we support you in a wide range of subjects as well as your writing. You can find more information, and I will show you later in this presentation, about the tutoring, academic support services, tutoring and writing, at one of the LibGuides that's on the library website, the Library Learning Commons. So I will show you those. These are also some email addresses. Okay, so what does the librarian side of the house do? So librarians come into your classes and do information literacy instruction. So we teach you how to use the databases. We also do research consultations. So you can book an appointment with a librarian, usually for up to 60 minutes of help, and we usually use Zoom. You can also do it with us through email and phone. Sometimes that's a little trickier, but meeting with us face-to-face, and pre-COVID, we did do meetings face-to-face, but we're flexible in that we'll do both. So Zoom can really work for those of you who are working and might need to meet with us, at a different time. Additionally, we do have a librarian on Saturdays available for library appointments. You can find this link on the library homepage, and I will also point that out. So here we have a picture of the library homepage at the moment, and we have all of our hours for each location listed, so always check the hours before you come to campus. Additionally, just a note that you need to use your 900 number when you are a remote student working from home or wherever to log on to any of our databases. A couple of rules. We don't really like students to be talking on their cell phones because usually you're sitting next to another student and it can be really distracting for that student. So we ask that you take it out of the library. At each location would be a different spot. Obviously, loud talking is to be avoided because people are trying to study. And right now we're not doing eating or drinking in the Library Learning Commons because of COVID. And also profanity is not allowed. So of course we have print books. We have a lot of books. The Fall River campus really has the largest collection of print books, but each campus has a collection as well. We have a library catalog called HELM, which stands for Higher Education Libraries of Massachusetts, and it consists of the majority of community colleges in Massachusetts and a couple of our 4-year schools like Worcester State and Mass College of Liberal Arts. In order to take a print book out of the library, you need to register your student ID. This also allows you to print in the library. So we have a number of different things in our collection, fiction a little bit, mostly nonfiction, which would be books that relate to classes you're taking. And we use a different system than a public library. So for political science, I go to PS, right? Well, no. You can see here in the background that political science is actually J, and science-related books would be Q. So it's just a way of organizing that makes it easier for students, because if you're, let's say, doing research about lighthouses, when you look up a book in our catalog and find one book, when you go to the shelf, there will be other books about lighthouses. It just makes it easier to find information. Okay, my professor said he left something on course reserve. Where is that? So we have textbooks that you use in your classes that you purchase through the bookstore, and sometimes faculty members will give a copy to the library. So each campus has some textbooks. We don't have all of them. And you can only use them in the library for up to 2 hours. You can also copy chapters if you need to, and we have a book scanner which can scan chapters pretty quickly and email you a PDF. So just keep that in mind. This is just a quick picture of what they look like here in Attleboro. Other items that you can borrow, so we also have DVDs, and we also have laptops available at the Fall River campus. We have films, obviously, I just showed you DVDs. We also have 2 databases with films, and we have headphones and calculators. A word about calculators. We do lend calculators out for an entire semester, so if you are taking a math class and you need a TI-84 calculator, you can come to a library and take that out. Okay, can I have pizza delivered to the Library Learning Commons? Well, pre-COVID, the answer was no. During COVID, during the pandemic, no, we can't have any food in the library right now. Usually the Library Learning Commons is a pretty busy place, so you're sitting next to other students, so it'd be rather rude to be sitting there with a smelly tuna sandwich or a whole pizza. So we ask that right now during COVID, we're not allowing food or drink, but when we are back to normal, you can bring in a small snack and a covered drink. I need to print stuff out and make copies. How does that work? Can I scan in here? So each campus has a scanner, copier, printer. You can print for 10 cents a page. We also all have a color printer for 25 cents a page. You get $20 on your student account to print each semester. And here's a picture of a book scanner. The Fall River and Attleboro campuses have a book scanner. This is where you can scan a whole chapter of a book into one document and email it to yourself. So a word about your student ID. You should really get a student ID. You can actually find it you can do your own picture and fill out a form and request a student ID and have it sent to the campus that you usually attend. It's on the Bristol homepage. Just go to the search box and type in student ID and you'll find the form. So as I said, you get $20 per semester on your student account to print. And when you go to the Library Learning Commons to print, there's a print release station, and that's how you can keep track of how much money. It will come up on the screen and tell you how much money. If you do run out of money on your account, you can go to one of the kiosks around campus. We have one in the Attleboro campus, and each campus has one. This is where you can put money onto your card. So just remember, you have $20 to print and copy. We also have ebooks, so those are contained in a database. So you would be able to download it to your computer or just read it online. You can also print out pages if you need to. And yes, we have databases for your research. Again, this is when librarians come into your classes and teach you, but they also provide you with research appointments. So if you need additional help finding information for your paper or your project, you can book an appointment and we'll also walk through the databases with you. And yes, the library is accessible via your smartphone. Now, I know I've just talked through a lot, so let's go to the library website and I can show you. This is actually the Library Learning Commons website. We have the hours at the top. You can also make a reservation for a seat. So let's say you're coming from the New Bedford area, but you have a class in Attleboro and you want to make sure you have a computer reserved for you to use after class so you can get some homework done. You can make a seat reservation, and that way when you come to the library, you know you have that space available. Over here is where you can also activate your library card. This is the card I was just talking about that you need to take out print books. So that's really important. This is where you would book a research appointment. And then we have information on the Remote Library Learning Commons services. So I will just click on that. This is letting us know all tutoring right now is being held remotely this semester. These are the days they're open, and these are the tutors. And this is a live link, so you would just drop in and JJ would help you. Same with Lisa Tavares and some of our other tutors. These are just live links. There's also a little handout here on how to attend your Zoom tutoring appointment. As far as Writing Center goes, again, it's a live Zoom, so you would just drop in during these hours and then you would get assistance. We also do have Thinking Storm, which is an online service for tutoring and for writing help. But for the most part, you'd be able to, so on the weekends, sometimes that's helpful. But these links are live and you can drop in and get help. They also have a chat box over here, which is manned by the tutors. So definitely, if you have questions about how to set up an appointment, you can click on that. And at each Library Learning Commons, our desk staff can help you. Okay, so we're going back to the website. So here's where we can search for print books. This is where we would use our databases, and videos and music can also be looked up in our books and our catalog. So this is really the home page. We also let you know of events and things happening in the library or throughout the college. So currently the Library Learning Commons is running a colloquium this year, which means each month we have a different speaker coming to talk about disinformation. We're also running next week at the Attleboro campus the open mic poetry night. So if you wanted to join, you could register. We're allowing 30 people on campus face-to-face, but you can also join us via Zoom. So definitely sign up and then you'll get the Zoom link if you're interested. So check out the library website. Here's another link to activating your library card. We also have a chat box, as does the tutoring center. The librarians man this all day, so this is definitely a first place to come to get a quick answer. And again, the tutoring box is there. So that is the library homepage. Let's go back to our presentation here. So this is really the end of our presentation, and hopefully that gave you a good overview of what the Library Learning Commons can help you with. Follow us on social media. We have a lot of information that goes up about tutoring as well as library services. So be a smarty and use the Library Tutoring and Writing Center. Thanks for listening.